Well, it finally happened. Mr. Dog Poop reached deep into his pocket and bought us a decent audio recording system for the studio. For the last 2 years, we've been using this $200 lav kit from Movo, and for the most part, it's performed very well. But as we started doing more work outside of our YouTube channels, we realized that we needed more lavs and more dependability. The Movo system is simple to use, reliable, and has an incredible range. So why did we ditch it for an extremely complicated audio system that costs over $10,000? I'm going to explain that and how I configured this audio cart to be the perfect sound recording package for our studio. The obvious problem is the Movo system is only 2 channels, and we got around that by using 2 receivers and 2 cameras and recorded up to 4 lavs, which is not ideal, but it worked, and we only had $400 invested. We could have just bought a multi-track recorder, but then we would also need timecode generators to efficiently sync video and audio in the absence of a scratch track. So we didn't have to go out and buy all these transmitters, mics, and receivers. But the real issue was interference. The transmitters and receivers use 2.4 gigahertz, the same as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and just about every other wireless device. Consequently, we found ourselves continuously trying to solve audio problems, which turned out to be interference from other devices. At times, it completely halted our production until the interference was gone. The more densely populated your area is, the worse the problem will be. And here in Tampa, there's a shitload of people. So we really needed to explore a professional system that used the less crowded UHF channels. So we decided to go with the Deity Theo system, which was not the least expensive, but offered the widest frequency range and has an app that ties it all together. Now, I don't typically like devices that use apps. But in this case, with 4 receivers, 8 transmitters, and 6 timecode generators, along with a digital recorder, being able to control all the devices, monitor battery levels, and change settings from one interface is not only convenient, it's necessary. Nobody wants to chase actors down checking battery levels all day. And having batteries die in the middle of a take really sucks. I also like the fact that the Deity uses standard AA batteries. Many of the higher-end transmitters use internal batteries and need to be swapped and recharged, creating more work and confusion. They can also be powered by the USB-C port, which we use on the sound cart, so all the devices are always powered. We plan to do another video about how all of this works, go over the app, show some of the features of the Deity, the Zoom recorder, the timecode generators. But today, I want to concentrate on just the cart itself, how I set it up, why I set it up, and what I used. You may not set yours up this way, but hopefully you can use some of these ideas. So originally, I got this Orca bag. It was about $225. It's made for the Zoom and 8 channels. How you're going to fit all this stuff into this bag and work efficiently, I have no freaking idea. I tried. The problem is, if you start putting stuff in here, you're going to start breaking cables, you're moving stuff around, you can't get access to ports. It's a joke. So I made this cart. And it has everything on it that we need to shoot up to 8 tracks of audio on set. So let's start with the cart. This is a $130 cart from Vivor. I ended up buying it on Amazon, and it is adjustable height, so you can set it up. It comes with shelves, and it was pretty much everything we needed. It also has a power strip over here with 3 power outlets and 2 USB outlets. So we set this up so that we could plug it in, and then we have a V-mount battery here. The V-mount battery powers all of this. Everything is being powered by this. We also have it charging at the same time. So if you have internal power and you plug this in, it's charging up and you're working off of that power. Also, it gives you double power sources if you're plugged in for your Zoom and all your devices because you have power as well as the V-mount. I do need to add a cup holder, but that's in the works. I put these on, and these were $25 on Amazon, and they are U-green, and they're just basically tablet holders, and they're adjustable to whatever you want. So I went ahead and put 2 of these on here. Now, depending on the app we're using, this might be this way or this way, so we just use this, and then somebody can get it at the right angle and level. The same thing with this. We didn't connect it. You can move it up and down. I did put a 1/4 bolt in the bottom of it just to hold it on, but that gives us some flexibility. This piece is a Neewer clamp. It's about 10 bucks, and it actually holds the cable. So if your sound person decides he's going to walk away with this, so you'll end up pulling the cart rather than pulling the cord out. These hooks on the side, they were about $3 or $4 on Amazon, and they're headphone hooks. And I just put them into the regular bolts that are there, and that gives us some place to hang the headphones. This is the Phoenix Pro in-ear monitoring system. It uses 2 inputs, so we can set up 2 separate channels. And we've got 4 sets of headphones and 4 monitoring devices. And this is about $350. And that way, anyone on the set can hear what the audio is coming into your unit. I put antennas on the back for the IEM system, the in-ear monitoring system, which is these little units, which can just go here, plug in the headphones, and then anyone can hear what the sound level is coming in. The CommTechs are about $500 each for the transmitter and the receivers, so $2,500, $3,000 compared to $300. I just went with the Phoenix. It's good enough for what we're doing. On the back, we've got 2 boom poles, and these clamps are broom handle clamps from Home Depot. And they just go in there and hold it. So I've got 2 Sennheiser mics, 2 different size boom poles. The bottom is just a standard PVC pipe cap. On this side, I cut a slot in it because this one does have an internal cable. And I didn't want it to be sitting on the cable. So we cut that into it. Everything here is mounted on a 1/8 inch piece of high density polyethylene. So this clips right on with a regular clip. These can be pulled off. It's easy to open them. So you have access to program it, turn it on and off individually if I need to turn one off. In the bag, you can't get to these. So 1/8 inch, 6 inch by 24 inch. That was purchased on Amazon for about $15. It took a couple weeks to get it, but it was worth it. It won't scratch these. You can put them on and off, move them around, do whatever you need to do. You have 4 receivers with 8 different tracks, all wired into the Zoom recorder. And then behind this, there are 6 Deity TC1s, the Timecode, and they all run back here to USB-C ports, which can be plugged in and charged all the time. So you always have all these devices. They can be operated manually, or you can operate them from the app. All of the Deity system is synced through this device. So the time code's on these, the time code's on those. You can just hit your sync button. Sync. It shows you time code is syncing. Confirm. 7 devices, and that's it. It's that easy. Deity time code is accurate within like 1 frame after 48 hours, so you shouldn't have to sync it. Everybody tries to sync them several times a day. Essentially, I wanted someone to be able to sit here, put on the headphones, and manage the entire operation from here without spending $20 or $30 or $40,000 like some of the professional systems. These do not have batteries in them. You can put batteries in them, and then you would have a backup power if this goes off, but they come back on if you remove the battery. If you remove the battery, they're off. If you put another battery on, they come back on, and they're all set. If you have any problems, you have the app. The Zoom recorder, on the other hand, is a problem if you turn it off. Not my favorite recorder, but $1,100 compared to $3,000 and up to $20,000 for some of the more expensive systems. So good enough for a small studio like ours. Gives us 8 channels. We can put 8 actors on set, and we can also run 2 additional channels, so we could run the 2 boom mics and 8 lavs. It's not bad. It's not bad for the little bit that we invested in it. So if you have power on set, you can plug it in. Now you could put 8 AA batteries in there, but apparently they only last for 2 hours. So that kind of sucks. In this case, what we have is we have the Zoom, which is powered by 110 AC and the battery. So if we disconnect the battery, that won't go off. Now we could put 2 batteries in. We could do a system with 2 V-mount batteries, but it's not necessary. So the transmitters look just like the receivers, but they have 1 antenna. Open up, 2 batteries. They get paired with these, and they have a massive frequency range compared to everything else. So we keep 8 transmitters in there. Originally, I bought this for $225. And it's portable, but as you try to stuff all of this stuff into this and then try to be efficient on set, good luck. Now, if you just want to put the Zoom recorder in, 1 or 2 of these and a boom mic, and you're going to wear that and run your boom mic, that's fine. But if you're trying to run 8 lavs from this, forget it. We'll do another video showing how the Zoom works, how this works, how all these work, but it's so technical, there's no point in explaining the cart and that at the same time. It'd be 45 minutes long. Nobody wants to watch the maintenance man for 45 minutes, so stay tuned for part 2. 3 weeks of work. Mr. Dog Poop didn't yell at me. He didn't get the credit card bill yet. When he does, I'm probably gonna get an earful. So all the devices are powered at the same time. We plan to do another video about, you can use the other one. I can't. Whew, no, I can't. I mean, there's no brakes. I can't, I'm losing oxygen. I'm like breathing out the whole time, and I'm like, I can't.